What it do, baby? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm nervous. I don't want to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna do a story time. And I'm gonna talk about how I recently underwent open heart surgery. I really didn't want to do this, but I realized that going through it and everything, when I looked online to look for any kind of help or guidance or answers, nobody in my generation spoke about it or had been through it in a sense where it's oh, this is this and this and this is what you have to do to prepare yourself. So that's the only reason I'm doing this. So if I can help at least one person out there, then my job here is done. Okay, I'm gonna get right into it. And don't judge me because I'm kind of nervous. Okay, thank you, bye. So basically what happened is I've been sick my whole life, but I didn't know it. Growing up, I was misdiagnosed and all kinds of things like that. So basically, the surgery that I had is common amongst babies, or it's common amongst people that are super old. So it was rare that they had to do it on somebody my age because that doesn't happen often. But yeah, that's just what happened. So the way it happened was I think it was around June or July. I started getting really sick. I went to go see a cardiologist, and I thought okay, I'm gonna go to the doctor and then he's just gonna let me go home. It's gonna be cool. And he was like, it's not gonna be that easy. I said, huh? I have to get back to my life. I can't do that. So yeah, then he basically was he can see that everything's not okay, and that I'm probably gonna have to have surgery. And I said, my God is greater. Ain't no way. We ain't finna do that. Sorry. No. But so as the months went on, I was basically in and out of hospital, getting tests done, getting all kinds of stuff. I had to get EHC, that thing where they put all kinds of stickers and stuff, and then I had to keep it on and go home and keep it on while it was monitoring my heart. It's just the ghetto. But yeah, so then that happened, and then around September, I had to switch doctors, switch hospitals because I was now in another country. It was just a lot. But I finally got my cardiologist in London, and then he was basically you're screwed. And I was this is brilliant. This is great. What are we going to do? So then we had to do another round of tests and stuff. That was all cool. And he was yeah, no, you definitely have to have this surgery or you might die. And I said, okay. Okay, cool. And I was cool with that because I was as long as it makes me better, let's do it. And I'm thinking oh, it's 2019. We have all this technology, so they should be able to do a non-invasive surgery. Because I don't dress very modest, okay? The good Lord is still working on me, all right? But I'm somebody who likes to wear cute clothes or whatever. So my biggest thing, I was I don't want a scar down my chest. Can they do a non-invasive surgery? And I know in hindsight it sounds super petty, but that was my first instinct. And then they were no, because of the way that the heart situation was situated, they couldn't do a non-invasive surgery. So it had to be full on, cut me open, rip it apart, and do what it do. So when he first told me that, I said, okay, we gotta make it do what it do. So by this point, I know that I have to have the surgery. I have to have it ASAP, and it's gonna be non-invasive. I'm trying to think of how I can explain how I was feeling at that time. No words, can't explain it. Don't even know. I was just losing my mind. But yes, then they decided we're gonna do it in about, I don't know how many more weeks time, but I had about a month or 2 months to like mentally prepare myself. And it's like, as each day is passing, I'm like scared, like literally terrified. Because to be honest, I'm the kind of person, like, I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. I don't watch Botched. I don't watch Doctor 90210. Like, the thought of cutting somebody open, like, it makes me feel sick, okay? When I was in high school, like, we had to dissect, I think, was it a frog? Or we had to dissect something, and I said, nope, not on this good day of the Lord. I didn't do it. I don't like blood. I don't like those, like, the thought of blood just makes me, if it's not Jesus' blood, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So that creeped me out. And the fact that it was me, my body, my chest, I was like, whoo, I couldn't deal. I really could not deal. Like, I couldn't sleep at night. I had major anxiety. I was super stressed out. Like, and then you start thinking like, oh, what if I die? And like, I didn't want to think like that, but it's like, that's low-key what the situation was. All the while leading up to it, I am terrified. Like, I could barely get out of bed to go to class because I'm freaking out. I feel like, what even is my life? Like, it didn't feel like it was real life. I was just losing my mind. To be completely honest with you, I was losing my mind. Did not know who I was. If I met you between July and December of 2019, you don't know me, because that's not me, okay? I just want to say that right now. I'm joking about it, but honestly, like, I was losing my mind. Then it was like, now, like, obviously days are coming closer and closer and closer as it, respect me, as the days got closer and closer, I started getting more anxious and more anxious. And so at this point, I'm looking like at YouTube, I'm looking on Google, because I'm like, I'd gone to like do my pre-test, and my nurse told me like, okay, like, this is what to expect. They're gonna put you to sleep. They're gonna do this and that. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of understanding what you're saying, but I'm the kind of person, like, I need to visualize it. Like, anytime something happens, I'll Google it, I'll YouTube it, I'll write about it, I'll journal it. Like, I need to see it be tangible for it to like make sense to me. So I go on Google and I start like looking up like open heart surgery, what to bring, what to pack in my hospital bag. Like, I'm losing my mind at this point, okay? Then I get online and it's like nothing can help me. Like, I get online and there's just like old people. Nobody my age is going through this. Nobody under the age of 60 can tell me what this feels like. And I was like, bro, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, it was giving me stress. Because, like, every video I'm watching, it was like an 85-year-old woman, like, I had a successful heart surgery. And I'm thinking, like, this is it for me. What I'm going to do? What am I going to do? So, yeah, that didn't really help me. But back to my main point. So the days were leading up, I'm getting anxious, I'm Googling everything. I have no idea what's going to happen. So I'm reading like the pamphlet from the hospital along with all of my Google research and stuff. And they're talking about your incision is going to take longer to heal than your actual wound. Like, it's just a lot, okay? Like, and I'm still not really quite understanding. Like, you know, if somebody's pregnant, you can go online and be like, what to pack in my pregnancy bag, and there's like 35,000 women who've posted a video telling you what you should pack in your bag. Nobody was online telling me how I was gonna do this. I was scared, terrified. Then comes the day of. I'm all prayed up. My support team is all prayed up. Like, we've been praying. Like, we're like, let's do this. Let's go. And like the whole time, my parents were super super, super strong. Like, they were like, we're not going to cry about it because we already know, like, we're good. Like, everything is good. And I was like, yeah, we good. I walked into my, like, hospital room, did my tests and stuff. Then they were like, okay, go shower and wear the gown. So I took the shower. As soon as I put on the gown, I was like, oh, it's about to get real up in here. It's about to get real. But at this point, I was still, like, on my private story and, like, snapping my friends, like, oh, it's lit. But I was terrified. Like, I was really, 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 really scared. Like, I've never been so scared in my life. Yeah. Then all these specialists and stuff are coming in and out the room, and at this point I'm just like like I don't know, like I'm just terrified, scared. Then they come in and they're like, okay, we're gonna take you down in like 30 minutes. And I'm cracking jokes and I'm like, oh, everything's cool. Then the 30 minutes are up and they come to like wheel me away. And I start crying. A whole gangster like me. I'm embarrassed. Highly embarrassed, but yeah, okay, whatever. I was like, I was really trying to hold it together, but it was... And like, so I'm laying in the bed thing. They're wheeling me like into where they're gonna go do it. And I just start crying. And the nurse was super sweet and she was just like, oh no, love, you're gonna be all right. And I'm like... Anyway, yeah. And I've never been under anesthesia before, so I didn't know what that was gonna feel like. I didn't know, like, my biggest thing, because I've watched like dentist videos and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be under anesthesia. I'm gonna start spilling all my tea, which I did, but I'll explain that later. They wheel me away, and then I'm like laying in this thing, and then they're like, don't help us. We're gonna move you, and I'm like, what the heck does that mean? So they're trying to move me from one bed to the other, and I'm like trying to roll myself, and she's like, don't help us. I said, my bad. Then they like kind of like rolled me around in this like blanket thing, and like they threw me onto the other bed. Then I'm laying there and there's like 4 people around me, and I said, huh? And then she starts asking me like, are you pregnant? And I said, absolutely not. Then she's like, confirm your name and your date of birth. And I'm like, but I'm freaking out because it's just like, it's a lot going on around me. Then the lady right here, she puts the thing on this part of my hand. I still have the incision thing right there, but I've been putting bio oil on it, so it's not as bad anymore. But that was for the anesthesia, I think. Yeah, she like stuck it in there. And then she asked me like, are you at uni? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, what do you study? I told her what I study. It's the last thing I remember. I don't remember nothing. That was it. She asked me, what do you study? And I went to sleep. So yeah, I don't remember anything after she asked me that. And then the surgery initially was supposed to last 3 hours. I think he said 3 hours or 3.5 hours. So it lasted longer, and it took me longer time to wake up, because once he got down to the heart situation, it was looking a whole lot worse than what they had actually diagnosed me. So I literally missed death like this. Yeah, the situation was a lot worse than they had originally diagnosed me. So the procedure took a little bit longer, and it took me a bit longer to wake up. And for me, like, I was good because I was asleep, so I didn't know anything. But like, what I was thinking was like, my family and friends, the situation is probably super hard on them, because they're going under like, oh, it's supposed to last 3 hours and everything is going to be Gucci. And now we've gone into the 4th hour. We've gone into the 4.5 hour. Like, I can't like imagine how they were feeling like waiting for me in the waiting room. But yeah, God is good all through it. Obviously, I woke up about 4 or 5 hours later. I woke up higher than you name it. Like, crackhead behavior was shown at this hospital. How, like, I'm in ICU because obviously, like, it was a big operation or whatever. So I'm in ICU. So I wake up and they're like, oh, we're gonna go get your parents or something like that. I don't remember. And I'm throwing up gang signs to the nurses. Don't know how to behave. Like, the morphine had me doing all kinds of stuff. Like, where's your baby? I woke up and I looked down, and like, the only thing that I vividly remember, like, I just remember feeling like, oh my God, I made it. Thank you, Jesus. I made it. Like, I didn't care about anything else. I was just like, I am alive. Like, it was, that was it. And so I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And then I look down and there's like oxygen tubes in my nose. And then there's like the injection thing right here. Then there's like tubes all up in my arm. Then they had like injected me in my neck. Then they had put tubes in other places. Like, I had tubes coming out of every part of me. And I looked around and I was like, oh. Then I looked to my side and there's that machine that beep 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 beep. So that freaked me out because I was like, oh my, this like is like in the movies, like, but whatever. I was just happy that I was alive. Like I was like, we made it. Like I was happy that I was alive. Then my parents come in, and to be honest, I don't remember this part. This is what they told me. They come in and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. And they're just looking at me like, oh my Lord. Then I just started saying a whole bunch of things that didn't make no sense to anybody. And my surgery was on a Monday. So I said, I think I said it to one of the nurses. I was like, Real Housewives of Atlanta has just come out. So I need somebody to bring me my laptop. And they sent my mom to go get my laptop so I could watch Real Housewives. But I was so out of it. There was no Real Housewives that was going to be watched. Like I was completely knocked out. Completely out of it. But yeah. So then I had to stay in ICU for like 2 days, and that was not cute at all. But that's basically what happened. I think I might do another video talking about like what the actual stay in hospital feels like and stuff like that. But you guys gotta let me know in the comments if you're down for it, and I'll definitely do it. I'll probably film it and like let you guys know. But that's what had happened, and that's how I almost died. But my God was greater, and he said, no, Satan. And so here I am. And how about it? Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned because I will be doing a part 2. It's just that I didn't want to put too much in one video because it's, you wouldn't have watched that. But yeah, thank you guys for your attention. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Stay blessed and bye.
I mean, if anything happened and we couldn't be friends the way we are now, that would really be bad.
Devastating.
Because this is very